Modern approach to inorganic chemistry. Chapter 3 Non-aqueous solvents. Most of the chemical reactions are carried out in solutions, and the behavior of substances also depends upon the nature of the solvent. In the earlier days of development of chemistry, the reaction have been carried out only in one solvent, namely water. It has been facilitated by its ready availability, ease of purification together with its favorable physical and chemical properties such as long liquid range 0 to 100 degrees Celsius, high dielectric constant, that is 78.5, specific heat of volatilization, dipole moment, etc. Water is neutral, odorless, non-toxic and non-poisonous. It can be therefore be handled safely. The properties of water make it an excellent and useful solvent for a large variety of substances. In fact, the excellent properties of water have hindered the development of non-aqueous solvents. The solvents other than water which are used for carrying out chemical reactions are called non-aqueous solvents. Attempts have been made to find some other substances which could behave good solvents like water. Organic chemists have been using many solvents such as benzene, carbon tetrachloride, acetone, ether, etc. for dissolving organic compounds which are insoluble in water. Now there are many solvents available, for example liquid NH3, H2SO4, liquid HF, liquid sulfur dioxide, etc., which have been frequently used in the present unit. We shall discuss briefly the important features of non-aqueous solvents such as NH3 and SO2. Physical properties of solvents and their role in chemical reactions. The usefulness of a solvent is determined from its some specific properties that may help to carry out the chemical reactions and separate the product more conveniently. Some of the important physical properties of the solvent are discussed below. Number 1. Melting point and boiling point liquid range. ठीक है. The melting and boiling point of a solvent determine the temperature range within which the solvent can exist in the liquid state under atmospheric pressure. Since most of the reactions in a solvent system are carried out in liquid phase, the melting point and boiling point give the temperature range within which the solvent is useful. The melting and boiling point for some common solvents are given in Table 1. Table 1 is melting point and boiling point of some common solvents. H2O melting point is 0 degree Celsius, boiling point is 100 degree Celsius. NH3 melting point is minus 77.7 degree Celsius and boiling point minus 33.4. HF boiling point is 19.5 and melting point is 89.3 degree Celsius. SO2 melting point is minus 75.5 degree Celsius and boiling point is minus 10.2. CH3COOH melting point is 16.6 and boiling point is 1180.1. HCON CH3DMF melting point is minus 61.0 and boiling point is 153.0. H2SO4 melting point is 10.4 degree Celsius and boiling point is 300 degree Celsius. It is clear from the above table that water has excellent liquid range 0 to 100 degree Celsius at ordinary temperature and pressure. Acetic acid can also act as solvent at ordinary temperature, while NH3 and SO2 can act as solvents only at low temperatures. Heat of fusion and heat of vaporization. The value of heat of fusion and heat of vaporization help to know the nature and strength of forces which hold the molecule of the solvents together in the solid or in the liquid state. As we know, the amount of heat absorbed by 1 mole of substance to change from solid to liquid state is called molar heat of fusion. Similarly, the heat absorbed by 1 mole of the substance to change from liquid to vapor state is called molar heat of vaporization. Larger the value of heat of fusion or heat of vaporization, the stronger are the intermolecular bonding forces in solid or liquid respectively. Therefore, the magnitude of molar heat of fusion and molar heat of vaporization give us some insight into the nature of strength of the intermolecular forces, and these determine the solvent properties. A better idea of the intermolecular forces in a solvent is obtained by the ratio of molar heat of vaporization to the boiling point. This ratio is called Torton's constant. That means del H vaporization by T Torton's constant. For normal liquids, if molar heat of vaporization are expressed in calorie and boiling point in absolute scale 0 degrees Celsius or 0 Kelvin, then the Torton constant has the value 21.5. If del H vaporization are in joules, Torton constant is about 90 for normal liquid. Such liquid exist as independent molecule without any common solvents, without any bond between them. A larger value of Torton constant indicates associated molecules. For example, common solvents like water, ammonia, hydrogen fluoride have Torton constant value greater than 21.5 are therefore associated liquids. The molecule of these liquids are polar. The association of polar molecules is due to their tendency to orient themselves so that the oppositely charged end of the molecule come near to each other. The molar heat of fusion and vaporization of some solvents are given in table second. Solvent, molar heat of fusion, molar heat of vaporization. Water 6.0 or molar heat of vaporization is 40.65. Ammonia, molar heat of fusion is 5.65 kJ per mole and molar heat of vaporization is 23.56 kJ per mole. Hydrogen fluoride has molar heat of fusion value is 4.58 kJ per mole and molar heat of vaporization is 30.26 kJ per mole. The inspection of table second show that the values of molar heat of fusion for water and ammonia are almost same. This means that forces which hold molecules together in water and ammonia are of same magnitude. Dielectric constant. The property is a measure of the polar nature of the solvent and helps to estimate the solubility of polar or non-polar substances in the solvent. According to Coulomb's law, the force of attraction between two charged ions is given by F equal to Q plus into Q minus divided by epsilon into R square, where Q positive and Q minus are the charges of the cation and anion respectively. R is the distance between them equal to the radii of ion. Epsilon naught is a constant called the dielectric constant of the solvent. If large the ion F will be small. As result, only a small amount of energy will be required to prepare the ions and hence it will be easy to dissolve an ionic substance. Thus, in solvent of high dielectric constant, the ionic substance will dissolve readily. With the decrease in dielectric constant, the solubility of ionic compounds will decrease. The dielectric constant of some common solvents are given in table. For water equal to 18.7, for ammonia 22.0, SO3 17.3, CH3COH 9.7, HF 83.6, HCN 123, DMF 36.7, H2SO4 100. It is clear that solvents like HF and H2O are good solvents for ionic and polar compounds because of their high dielectric constant value. On the other hand, the solvents like NH3 and SO2 with small values of dielectric constant show decreased tendency to dissolve ionic compounds and especially those containing multi-charged ions. For example, carbonates, sulfonates and phosphates are practically insoluble in liquid ammonia or liquid sulfur dioxide. Dipole moment. The dipole moment is related to dielectric constant of the solvent. An ionizing solvent has large dipole moment and also has a large dielectric constant. It is related to the polarity of the bond in the molecules. Greater the polarity of the bond in the molecules, larger it is dipole moment. Solvent having High dipole moment have greater tendency to dissolve the polar or ionic substances. This is because of the fact that greater polarity results in strong bond between the solvent and the solute molecule and large solvation energy is released. The large solvation energy is sufficient to overcome the lattice energy in the solute molecules and helps in dissolving the solute. Viscosity. It is a measure of the fluidity of the solvent. Solvents like water, ethyl alcohol, and carbon tetrachloride have low viscosities and are highly fluid and flow rapidly under ordinary temperatures. On the other hand, anhydrous sulfuric acid and high molecular weight of hydrocarbons have high viscosities and flow at much lower rates at ordinary conditions. In solvents of low viscosity, operations such as precipitation, crystallization, filtration, etc. can be easily carried out without any difficulty. With increasing the viscosity of a liquid increases the difficulty of such operations. Types of solvent. Non-aqueous solvents have been classified into many ways. The following are the important classification based upon the chemical properties of the solvents. Protonic and non-protonic solvent, acidic, basic or amphoteric solvent, ionizing and non-ionizing solvent, coordinating and non-coordinating solvent. First is protonic and non-protonic solvent. The solvent from which protons H positive ions can be derived are called protonic or protic solvents. Therefore, protonic solvents contain ionizable hydrogen. Common examples are H2O, HF, H2SO4, HCN. The solvents from which protons cannot be ordinarily derived are non-protonic solvents. These are also called aprotic solvents. In other words, these solvents do not contain ionizable hydrogen atom. Common examples are liquid SO2, N2O4, C6H6, CHCl3, CCl4. Acidic, basic or amphoteric solvents. The classification is based on the acidic or basic behavior of the solvents. The solvents which have a strong tendency to donate protons are acidic in nature and are called acidic solvent or the protogenic solvent. For example, H2SO4, liquid hydrogen fluoride, acetic acid. Solvents which have strong tendency to accept protons and are basic in nature are called basic or aprotonic or protophilic solvents. For example, liquid ammonia, pyridine, hydrazine, ethyl diamine, etc. The solvents which neither have a strong tendency to gain nor have strong tendency to lose proton are called amphoteric or amphoprotic solvents. In other words, they neither behave as strong acidic or not basic but can behave as acid as well as basic depending upon the nature of the reacting species. For example, water, ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol, etc. Number third, ionizing and non-ionizing solvents. The solvents which are capable of undergoing self-ionization or auto-ionization are called ionizing solvent. Some common examples are H2O, NH3, HF, SO2, N2O4, ClF3, BrF3, PuCl3, etc. These ionize as shown below. H2O plus H2O changes into H3O positive plus OH negative. HF plus HF changes into H2F positive plus F negative. NH3 plus NH3 changes into NH4 plus NH4 2 negative. PuCl3 plus PuCl3 changes into PuCl2 positive plus PuCl4 negative. These solvents are generally polar or ionic in nature. On the other hand, the solvents do not ionize are called non-ionizing solvents. Some common examples are benzene, carbon tetrachloride, hydrocarbons, etc. These are non-polar or non-ionic in nature. Number 4 है coordinating and non-coordinating solvent. The solvents which are capable of coordinating with the metal ions or anions of the solute are called coordinating solvents. For example, NH3SO2 dimethyl sulfoxide, that is DMSO, acetyl nitrile CH3CN, dimethylformide DMF, nitromethane CH3NO2, etc. On the other hand, the solvents which are not capable of coordinating with the metal ions or anions of the solute are called non-coordinating solvents. For example, CCl4, saturated hydrocarbons, etc. These are not of much interest of organic chemists. Next heading is types of reactions in aqueous solvents. The following types of reactions commonly occur in non-aqueous solvents. First one is methyl alkyl or precipitation reactions. The, the reactions in which precipitation occurs on mixing two solutions are called methodical or precipitation reactions. These types of reactions can be predicted if the values of the solubility product of the compound formed in the solvent are known. These values depend upon the nature of the solvent used. For example, in water, silver nitrate and barium chloride react to give a precipitate of silver chloride, leaving barium nitride in the solution. On the other hand, in liquid ammonia, a precipitate of silver chloride combines with barium nitrate to give precipitate of barium chloride, leaving silver nitrate in the solution. Therefore, reversal of a chemical reaction takes place on changing the solvent. Similarly, sodium hydroxide is highly soluble in water, but it can be precipitated in liquid ammonia. Water-soluble copper sulfate may be precipitated in anhydrous acetic acid. Second is salt formation. The reactions between appropriate acidic and basic substances to form salt are called salt formation reaction. In such cases, the solvent used must be one in which the appropriate acid and base can exist. For example, sodium uride cannot be prepared by the reaction of urea on sodium hydroxide in water. It is because the strong base available in water, the OH negative ion, will not take a proton from urea molecule. In other words, the sodium salt of urea is unstable in water and uridide ion will take a proton from the water to form hydroxide ion. However, this salt can be easily formed in liquid ammonia solution by the reaction of urea with strong base sodamide. Acid-base reactions. The acid-base reactions in non-aqueous solvents can be explained on the basis of solvent system concept. As already learnt, according to solvent system concept, an acid is a substance that by direct association or reaction with the solvent gives the cation characteristic of the solvent. Similarly, a base is a substance that gives the anion characteristic of the solvent. The acid-base behavior of substance depends upon the acid-base nature of the solvent, the character of the solute, and the solute-solvent interaction. In the case of protonic solvent, cation is solvent proton, and the Bronsted protonic concept is same as the solvent system concept. For example, in liquid ammonia solvent, NH4 positive ions act as acid and NH2 negative ions act as bases. The neutralization reaction is NH4Cl plus NaNH2. Reaction in presence of liquid ammonia changes into NaCl salt plus 2NH3 solvent. In non-protonic solvents such as benzene, carbon tetrachloride, Lewis acid-base type of reaction can occur because of non-ionizable of the solvent. The acid-base behavior of solute in a solvent depends upon the acidity or basicity of the solvent. For example, acetic acid behaves as strong acid in ammonia, weak acid in water, but a base in sulfuric acid. Number 4, solvolytic reactions or solvolysis. The reactions which the solvent molecules react with the solute in such a way that the solvent molecules split into two parts, one or both of which get attached to the solute molecules or ions are called solvolytic reactions. Since these reactions occur through the reaction of the solvent, the concentration of either the cation or the anion is changed. For example, The reaction in water, ammonia and ethanol are given below. Water as solvent. SOCl2 plus 4H2O changes into SO2OH का twice plus 2H2O positive plus 2Cl negative. Ammonia as a solvent. 2NH3 changes into NH4 positive plus NH2 negative. SO2Cl2 plus 4NH3 changes into SO2NH2 का twice plus 2NH4 negative plus 2Cl negative. Alcohol as solvent. SO2Cl2 plus 4C2H5OH changes into SO2O C2H5 का twice plus 2C2H5OH2 का negative plus 2Cl negative. CH3 plus C2H5OH changes into OC2H5 negative plus CH4. Solvation. The reactions in which the molecules of the solvent get attached to the species cation, anion or molecule are called solvation reactions. The species formed is called solvates. The solvation reactions in water, ammonia, alcohol, etc. are called hydration, ammoniation, delocalization, etc. and the resulting solvates are called hydrates, ammoniates, alcoholates, etc. For example, CuSO4 plus 4NH3, CuSO4 into 4NH3, CuCl2 plus 4H2O, CuH2O का 4 2 positive 2Cl negative, BaSO4 plus 3H2SO4, BaSO4 into 3H2SO4 solvate of sulfuric acid. Solvation of a cation occurs through ion dipole interaction between the positive cation and the negative end of the dipole or through coordinate bond in which the solvent molecule donates a part of electron to the cation. On the other hand, solvation of anion occurs through the ion dipole interaction between the negative ion and the positive end of the solvent dipole or through hydrogen bonding in case of solvents such as water, ammonia or hydrogen fluoride. It may be noted that in certain cases it is difficult to distinguish between the solvation and solvolysis because in many solvolytic reactions the first step consists of solvation reactions. However, the term solvation is used for those reactions in which the solvent molecules remain in the resulting product. Let us discuss some reactions in two common non-aqueous solvents. First one is liquid ammonia. Liquid ammonia is one of the most extensively studied non-aqueous solvent. It is now used as a highly useful solvent and reaction medium for many types of organic and inorganic synthesis. Its most of the physical properties resemble those of water. Comparison properties of liquid ammonia and water. The comparison of properties of liquid ammonia and water reveals the following points. First is liquid range. The melting and boiling point of liquid ammonia are lower than those of water. In liquid ammonia, the liquid range is from -77 to -33 degrees Celsius and therefore it presents in some handling problems. Therefore, some precautions have to be taken while using liquid ammonia as a solvent. It is generally handled in cooled vessels and nowadays a wide range of techniques have been advanced for handling it. Second is hydrogen bonding. Like water, liquid ammonia is an associated solvent, though hydrogen bonding because it contains a strongly electronegative element nitrogen. However, ammonia molecules are less strongly associated because hydrogen is less electronegative than oxygen and therefore nitrogen bond is weaker than OHO bond. As a result, the freezing point and boiling point of ammonia are less. Since ammonia is less associated than water, it is a better solvent for organic compound. Third one is dielectric constant. The dielectric constant of ammonia is lower as compared to water, suggesting its lesser tendency to dissolve ionic compounds. Liquid ammonia is therefore a poor solvent for Ionic substances. Soluble salts includes most ammonium salts, nitrates, thiocyanate, iodides, fluorides, and many oxysalts are generally insoluble. However, ammonia has lower viscosity, that is 0.254 Cp at minus 33.5 degrees Celsius than water, that is 0.959 Cp at 25 degrees Celsius, and this might be expected to promote greater ionic mobilities and therefore compensate to some extent for the extent of dielectric constant. Number 4 is self-ionization. Both ammonia and water show comparable self-ionization. However, the extent of auto-ionization of liquid ammonia is less than the water. This is clear from the specific conductance and lower ionic product, that is K of NH3 equal to NH4 positive into NH2 negative equal to 1.9 into 10 raised to power minus 323 at 50 degrees Celsius minus 50 degrees Celsius. Solubility product of water is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 11 at 25 degrees Celsius. Ammonia is a better solvent than water. The following properties of ammonia make it better solvent than water. Liquid ammonia is a very poor conductor of electricity. The specific heat of ammonia is more than that of water. Liquid ammonia is less viscous than water. Most of salts, when dissolved in liquid ammonia, conduct electric current better than in water. This is not true due to ionizing power of ammonia, which is about one third of water, but due to low viscosity, which greatly increases the mobility of the ions. Liquid ammonia has high critical temperature and pressure. It is less associated than water and therefore is better solvent for organic compound. Liquid ammonia forms strong reducing metal ammonia solutions with alkali metals. Therefore, it is an excellent solvent for many reduction reactions. Reactions in liquid ammonia. As mentioned earlier, ammonia has water-like properties as solvent. It is therefore expected that the reactions which takes place in aqueous solution can also in ammonium solution. So, of the important chemical reactions occurring in liquid ammonia are given below. First one is acid-base reaction. The acid-base reaction in liquid ammonia can be easily understood by comparing the reactions in water. 2H2O changes into H3O positive plus OH negative. According to the solvent system concept of acid and base, the substances producing H3O positive ion in water act as acid while those producing OH negative ions act as base. Liquid ammonia act as 2NH3 positive changes into NH4 positive plus NH2 negative. Therefore, the substances producing ammonium ions NH4 positive in liquid ammonia act as acids while those producing amide ions NH2 negative behaves as bases. For example, ammonium salts which ammonium halides, thiocyanate, nitrates are soluble in liquid ammonia and behaves as acid. Similarly, amides NH2, imides NH and nitrites behave as bases in liquid ammonia. The commonest base in liquid ammonia is potassium amide, which ionizes as KNH2 ionizes into K positive plus NH2 negative. Lithium amide, sodium amide, and alkaline ethyl metal amides have a very low solubility and therefore KNH2 is the commonest base in liquid NH3. Pyrolysis. Certain compounds like urea, acetaldehyde, sulfonamide, etc., which are incapable of donating protons to water, can readily donate protons to NH3 in liquid ammonia. These reactions are called proteolysis reactions, hence these compounds act as acid in liquid ammonia. Acid-base neutralization. In aqueous solutions, the process of neutralization of a strong acid and a strong base involves the combination of H3O positive from acid and OH negative from base to form practically unionized water. For example, the neutralization of hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide may be expressed as HCl plus NaOH changes into NaCl plus H2O. In a similar way, the neutralization of acid and a base in liquid ammonia involves combination of NH4 positive ion and NH2 negative ion from base, that is NH4Cl plus KNH2 changes into, in the presence of liquid ammonia, into KCl plus 2NH3. These are many examples of amphoteric behavior in liquid ammonia. The compounds that dissolve both in acid and bases are called amphoteric substances. For example, in liquid ammonia, zinc amide shows amphoteric behavior analogous to that of zinc hydroxide in aqueous solution. ZnNH2 का twice plus 2NH4Cl liquid NH3 ZnCl2 plus 4NH3 as an acid. Reactions of amino acid. Amino acid is a substance that furnish NH4 positive ion in liquid ammonium. Ammonium halides, nitrate or thiocyanates are very soluble in liquid ammonia, giving NH4 positive ions, and their concentrated solutions act as amino acid. We know that acids give hydrogen with metals in aqueous solution. In a similar way, the amino acid solution of ammonium salt in liquid NH3 react with alkali and other metals to give hydrogen. 2Na plus 2NH4Cl liquid NH3 2NaCl plus 2NH3 plus H2. Mg plus 2NH4Cl liquid NH3 MgCl2 plus 2NH3 plus H2. A saturated solution of ammonium nitrate in ammonia also dissolve many metal oxides similar to their behavior in aqueous acids. Na2O plus 2NH4Cl liquid NH3 2NaCl plus 2NH3 plus H2O. Solutions of ammonium halides in liquid ammonia may be used as acid in the preparation of silane and oursine. Mg2Si plus 4NH4Br in the presence of liquid ammonia changes into SiH4, that is silane, plus 2MgBr2 plus 4NH3. Reactions of amino acid. Ammonobases. Ammonobase is a substance which in liquid ammonia solution gives NH2 negative ion. The commercial base is potassium amide, which is much more soluble than lithium and sodium amides. Metal salts reacts with ammonobases to give amides, imides and nitrides, which get precipitated in liquid ammonia. AgNO3 plus potassium amide in the presence of liquid ammonia changes into KNO3 plus AgNH2, that is silver amide, which is present in the form of precipitate. PbI2 plus KNH2 in the presence of liquid ammonia changes into PbNH, lead imide, that are precipitate, plus potassium iodide plus Hi. Precipitation reactions. Precipitation reactions involves double decomposition because of the differences in the solubility of various substances in water and in liquid ammonia. A large number of precipitation reactions which are not normally possible in water have been reported occur in liquid ammonia. For example, silver chloride is precipitated in aqueous solution as KCl plus AgNO3 changes into AgCl, which are precipitate, plus KNO3. Similarly, a white precipitate of BaCl2 is produced when solution of silver chloride and barium nitrate in liquid ammonia are brought together. That is 2AgCl2 plus BaNO3 का twice in the presence of liquid ammonia changes into BaCl2, that are precipitate, plus 2AgNO3. Second is iodides and bromides get precipitated when solutions of various nitrates and ammonium halides in liquid ammonia are mixed together. ZnNO3 का twice plus 2NH4 changes into ZnI2 plus 2NH4NO3. Next is ammonolysis. The solubilisis reactions in liquid ammonia are called ammonolysis or ammonolytic reactions. These are analogous to hydrolysis reactions are involve the attachment of ammonium NH4 positive ions or amide NH4 negative ion to the reactant. For example, hydrolysis of SiCl4 occurs as SiCl4 plus 4H2O changes into SiOH का 4. Similarly, ammonolysis of SiCl4 may be written as SiCl4 plus 8NH3 changes into SiNH2 का 4. That means tetraaminosilane plus 4NH4 positive plus 4Cl negative. It may be noted that ammonolysis, an atom or ion form a substance is replaced by a nitrogen containing ion or radical, for example NH2 or NH or N. Some ammonolysis reactions are as follows, like TiCl4 changes into in the presence of liquid ammonia in TiCl3 4NH2. Then it changes into TiCl2NH2 का twice and then TiClNH2 का thrice and at last Ti into NH2 का 4. When organic halides which undergo slow ammonolysis are ammonolized at the boiling point of liquid ammonia, mixture of primary, secondary and tertiary amines are obtained. Though ammonia molecules is basic and has strong tendency to accept protons and therefore it will be act as base. However, towards very strong base it acts as a proton donor. Examples of these ammonolysis reactions are NaH plus NH3, NaNH2 plus H2, NaCH3 plus NH3, NaNH2 plus CH4, Na2O plus 2NH3, 2NaNH2 plus H2O. Next is complex formation reaction. Many complex formation reactions in liquid ammonia are reported which are similar to reactions occurring in the aqueous system. For example, zinc nitrate reacts with potassium amide to form insoluble zinc amide which dissolved in excess of amide due to formation of complex compound of zinc. Some other complex reactions in liquid ammonia are CuCl2 plus 4NH3 changes into CuNH3 का 4 into Cl2. AgCl2 plus 2NH3 in the presence of liquid NH3 changes into AgNH3 का twice into Cl. Formation of ammoniates. Just as water forms hydrates, ammonia also forms ammoniates with many inorganic salts. In these compounds, the ammonia molecules are coordinated to the cation. Some typical ammoniates are BF3 plus 2NH3 changes into BF3 into 6NH3 and NiI2 plus 6NH3 changes into NiI2 into 6NH3. Redox reactions. Liquid ammonia acts as an excellent medium for redox reactions. In liquid ammonia, the oxidizing action of strong oxidizing agent is weaker than water. And for example, liquid ammonia AgNO3 does not act as oxidizing agent. Similarly, KMNO4 in liquid ammonia acts as a very weak oxidizing agent. On the other hand, reducing agents show increased reactivity. For example, alkali metal acts as very powerful reducing agent in liquid ammonia. For example, sodium metal in liquid ammonia reduces CuI to Cu, KMnO4 to K2 and MnO4, etc. Solution in liquid ammonia. The dielectric constant of liquid ammonia is low, therefore it is expected to be a poor solvent for ionic substances. Amongst the inorganic compounds, all ammonium salts, nitrates, thiocyanates, and iodides are soluble in liquid ammonia. Oxides, hydroxides, carbonates, phosphates, sulfates, and the most of the sulfides are insoluble. Most fluorides are insoluble in liquid ammonia, and the solubility among halides increases as fluorine greater than chlorine greater than bromine greater than iodine. sorry. Fluorine less than chlorine less than bromine less than iodine. Most of the iodides are soluble. Calcium and zinc chlorides, which are extremely soluble in water, are quite insoluble in liquid ammonia. Organic compounds such as halogen compounds, alcohols, ketones, esters, simple ethers, phenol, amines, nitro compounds, etc. are readily soluble in liquid ammonia. Aromatic hydrocarbons are sparingly soluble. Paraffins and benzenes are not soluble. Amongst the elements, metals like m- magnesium, aluminium, zinc, calcium, lanthanoid, Mn, etc. are only slightly soluble in liquid ammonia. Alkali metal and alkaline earth metals are highly soluble in liquid ammonia. They, they form very interesting solubilities and are dispersed below. Non-aqueous like